Welcome back. It's Kasim and John with Solutions 8, and today we're going to talk to you about lead form extensions in Google Ads, which, as far as I know, is the only thing that Google stole from Facebook.
Yeah, because usually it's Facebook, stealing, I don't know, attributions, conversions. Facebook, I'm looking at you.
Well, in fairness, Facebook stole Facebook, so.
Facebook just, one day I'll do a video, that's not today, but one day I'm going to do a rant, and I'm going to talk about Facebook attribution, but give you a hint, an ad slides by your feed, and they sold something, apparently. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's amazing how that works. But
Facebook.
Yeah, this is the first thing that I think that Google has actually stolen from Facebook. And what's funny is they don't actually use it that much. It's still kind of in beta, still kind of in testing, but it's not being shown as much as I would like it to. But yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be a game changer, I think, if it works as well as Facebook claims theirs does.
Yeah, well, so the advantage that Facebook has on Google is the user base in app has the information pre-populated. And I realize it still has that in some context, but not quite as widely distributed as Facebook does. So somebody still has to fill out the form, right?
Yeah, and I kind of like that, though, because it makes them fill out the right information. It's like I don't have a Facebook, shocker. It's funny, as much as I love Facebook, apparently. I don't know how many people that have signed up with their Facebook account still use that same email address for everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe before we dive too deep, explain what the lead form extension is. So if you don't know, John, what's the quick and dirty?
Yeah, so lead form extension is an ad extension on your Google Ads search campaigns that allows a user to fill out a form right from the ad itself without ever having to click on the ad to go to your website first to find a form. The cool part about it is you can set it up at campaign level, which is really great because if you have campaigns that have a lead magnet on one campaign, you can have a lead form for that. Scheduling a phone call for a RLSA, which is a remarketing list for search ads for your brand campaign, you can have it that way. So you can pick and choose which campaigns have what sort of lead forms and apply them accordingly based on where they're at in your funnel or what they're looking for. You can have a inbound strategy that says, before you make it to my website, by the way, we have this lead magnet or this some sort of downloadable consumable piece of material on our site, but you can deliver that right from the ad itself. Very similar to how you would with a site link extension or a call extension. It puts it right into the ad itself, and you're able to capture leads even before making it to your website, which is pretty cool. It's a really nice function, and I'm glad that they are exploring this. I'm glad that they're building it. And there's some pretty good strategies that can come about when these start to get more and more popular that I think are going to be very beneficial to all advertisers, really, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I just popped up a screenshot on Search Engine Journal. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I just want a visual of what it is that we're looking at. So here's the ad extension, or here's the ad, excuse me, on a mobile device. And then there's the lead form extension, the get offer. And if somebody clicks on that, then this, I imagine, is the form they're seeing, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I actually have a real one with some preliminary results of our testing too, which is cool.
Why don't you tell me that before I went Googling, John?
I just wanted to watch you try to pull up some other websites, and then I'm like, hey, by the way.
I'm like Joe Rogan's buddy. What's that kid's name?
Oh, yes. Like
Jamie.
Tom, or
no,
what is it?
Jamie.
Jamie, that's right, Jamie. Jamie, do we have a clip of that we could show?
Yeah.
So this one is a client that we actually, that we're running this for. And this is a client, and obviously their names are blocked out, but they have a very, very particular service offering that is not necessarily easily found through Google searching. So they sell a maintenance package that extends or gets bolted onto a Cisco hardware that, think of it like an extended warranty on your car. You have some big Cisco products, and they're coming to now no longer being supported by maintenance from Cisco themselves. They offer a third-party maintenance. So you can imagine that the third-party maintenance type of leads, they're difficult to find, and they're expensive because it's a pretty expensive industry to be in. because you're talking about, you know, $50,000 to $250,000 contracts. You know, it could be fairly large. So, you know, cost per lead is important, but not as, you know, they could pay $2,000 per quality lead and be very happy with it. And so what we found is here's a this one's called a Cisco maintenance quote, and we're going to block out the name of the advertiser just for privacy purposes. But what we can see is some pretty cool stuff here. I'm using the campaign name contains only, so you're only going to see one campaign here. That's on the screen, so I wanted it to be isolated. But this is a lead form extension, and it's a Cisco maintenance quote. And what's cool about this, we have it set at the campaign level because this is a campaign going after Cisco. They have other manufacturers that they do this for, but for this one, we're going to just talk about the Cisco one. And you can see the impressions and the cost and the clicks on this ad only when the lead form was shown. And what's interesting about this isn't clicks to the lead form. This is clicks on the ad, but it kind of shares with you how many impressions and clicks, and if they do decide to take an action on the lead form, you get to then see the conversions here and the cost per conversion. Conversions with site links are higher average cost per conversion. Conversion with callouts showing our an average cost per conversion. The lead form here, though, you can see it's $477 cost per conversion. So the conversion is much lower in terms of cost per conversion when a lead form is shown and the lead form is actually taken advantage of as well. So the cool part about this is 5.11 leads, is actually 6 leads. And the way that this works, I'm going to go ahead and just edit the ad so you can see here. You see this one, you know, we're going to have this part blocked out here, but essentially what you want to see down here in the white is it says get quote. So get SmartNet equivalent quote. Now it's not that, you know, sexy in terms of ad copy, but it's because they have some regulatory bodies that maintain what they are allowed to claim that they can do or provide quotes for. So this is a get SmartNet equivalent quote, and Cisco SmartNet offers their extended maintenance. So this one is the equivalent to that. And the cool part about this is the way that we've been finding people are, should I extend my maintenance? Should I look for somewhere else? You know, is it going to be as good? Or, you know, there's a lot of issues that they have that they're wondering, I don't even know where to start. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if anybody actually services these types of hardwares, and if they're you know, even if they match what I'm getting with Cisco. So this is a way for us to say, like, hey, you can get the equivalent, and it just pops up right below and it says get quote. And you can actually change some of the call to actions. So learn more, apply now, sign up, contact us. You can imagine if you're running some different lead magnets, you can actually have some call to actions. If you have, you know, sign up for a, you know, webinar, sign up for a webinar, in-person event, maybe you're looking for financing for something, apply now. You can imagine all the different calls to actions can correlate to what you're asking that person to do. And a lot of times you can just place your main call to action on your website right here, because if you have frequent visitors, they'll be able to just complete the form right even before they get to your website. Subscribe, download, anything you want. And the cool part about it is then you get the extension text. This is your call to action. And then what's nice is when they click on the get quote, you can see that it pops up. Now this is going to be blurred out, the brand name, but you can see that we were able to choose some imagery for the background and just ask very simple things: full name, email, phone number. And that's all we want to capture for this. We like to keep the required fields small. Each field that you add, I think the statistic is you decrease your conversion rate by 11% with each new field. Was that the factor? Or was it 13? I forget.
No, it's 11%. It comes from HubSpot. I mean, it's a 2019 data point, but I'm inclined to continue to believe it.
Or it's gonna be pretty close. But yeah, keep it very simple. Keep it to what you think is going to be your bare minimums. If I know who I'm going to talk to, I can email to them. I can also nurture them, and I can give them a call. That's all we need for this client here. What's nice is you can actually have up to 10 questions. So you can say name, city, phone number, zip, state, country, email, work information, and then
integration capability here, John. I remember Facebook was a nightmare. It was just like CSV on the back end, and then you could use, you know, a third-party app to pull the data.
Yeah, this one you can download right inside of Google itself, right from the page that I was actually sharing with you. And then you can actually send it to your CRM, which we'll get to that kind of the next part.
I was thinking about questions, how CRM friendly is it? But
yeah,
jump in.
What's nice is it's very CRM friendly. We built it this way that as soon as this lead comes in, they're using HubSpot. We've sent it over via Zapier with some extra data so that they know when it comes in, we know where it came from. And then you get a lead form submission message. So you get like a thank you page right inside of your lead form. And that just says like sent, thank you, we received your information. This is going to be blocked out here because it's a brand name, but basically learn more about us by visiting our website. Then you click visit website and send them right to your website afterwards. And then you have the lead delivery option. So lead delivery option is pretty cool. So you got two ways to do it. You can download it right from the extensions view, which is where we were before, and I'll show you that button here in a second. But you can manage your leads with a webhook. And we used a webhook via Zapier to then generate that webhook and then send it over into HubSpot for them. Best part about this too is, if you have no way of, if you don't have a CRM tool, you're probably doing everything manual. You're waiting for the email to come in your inbox, or you're going into Facebook and downloading your leads. But if you have a CRM tool, everything becomes much easier. You can use Zapier to send it right from the form right to your CRM tool, or you can you have to just download it manually. But I always would recommend some sort of CRM tool. That's it. And then what's cool about this is if you wanted to, actually I'm gonna go back this way here. There's a little button that says download leads, or you can do the download leads CRM, which basically downloads it in the same header that your CRM takes it. But if you just click that button, it'll just give you all the leads in a spreadsheet right from here, right from your extensions tab, which is great. So I think these are gonna be great. Some more advanced level strategies, kind of ways that you can implement this is your campaign keywords should be offering the same type of call to action that you that matches where they're at in the funnel. If I'm going very broad and I'm doing really exploratory key phrases and I really haven't introduced my brand and understanding yet, and I want to use one of these lead forms, put a case study there, or put a success story, or put a testimonial, or something there that's very top of funnel. Middle of the funnel, you can have requests for an assessment, or schedule a consultation. Bottom of the funnel is quote requests or custom action plans, whatever it is. Remarketing and for branding could be just a staple. If you have, here's something that always works for our company whenever everybody wants to know more wherever they're at in the sales process, then you place that there. But what's cool about this is you can do it at the campaign level. So campaigns at the top of the funnel lead magnet, middle funnel, bottom of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, and then brand for RLSA, same thing. So it's much more than just like, hey, I have a form on my ad that says contact us today. Get creative with it. Find out if people are searching for this type of keyword in this campaign, what are they wanting to know? And then put that lead magnet as one of your lead form extensions, because you might be able to generate a lead that's interested, that is looking for you, even before they make it to your website, find out all about you, go back and then look at someone else. It's a way to capture their attention kind of first and foremost with a call to action right on the search engine results page, which is great.
Yeah, it sounds great. Is there a reason that, in my experience with what we're doing for our clients, this seems to be only used in high spend campaigns? Is that a coincidence, or is there strategy behind that?
No, it makes sense for higher spend campaigns, just because usually for higher spend campaigns for lead generation, because we don't use this in e-commerce at all, just because we rely on shopping and smart shopping and those type of campaigns. For higher spend, it's because usually the process is a little more complicated. The offering is a little bit harder to understand, or you may be the user may be a little bit more they need a little bit more nurturing. So we're offering additional calls to actions or additional information that they can take advantage of. This was being tested against two other lead magnets that we're going to have. One is an assessment where they can basically fill out all the information right in the form, and then they can generate a quote based on that information. But again, a lot more fields, so conversion rate could be lower.
Does this affect the way that you bid it all, or how we're structuring the campaign? Are there any limitations?
The limitations right now is heavily on Google, since this is technically still kind of quote unquote in beta. And what that means is Google's going to purposely throttle so they can gather as much data, develop as much as possible, and then release it a lot more often. You can see that this only showed up 7,600 times out of 113,000 times. So it's getting less than 10% of it shown, which I wish it would have more shows, but I would imagine that it's going to be like how Facebook started, where people that fill out the lead forms will see these lead forms much more often.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the cart before the horse. How do you gather that data of who's going to fill it out before showing it to them?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that this is going to become much more popular. But what's cool about this too is when we find out what those parameters are as to when Google does or does not decide to show a lead form, we'll be able to manipulate that. Review extensions are shown for people who like to read reviews. Site link extensions are for people that visit multiple pages per website. So we'll be able to find out what those parameters are when they release it more and develop those trends, and then have much more accurate strategies about when and where and how to place these lead forms by industry and by segmentation of the funnel.
This is awesome, man. Thanks for sharing this. If you're watching and you have questions about this, hit us up in the comments. We'll answer your questions. If you want a free action plan, we actually do this every single day, as you can tell. And we're willing to evaluate your campaign and tell you what we would do for you. So opt in for an action plan. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe.
Hit that bell thingy.
Hit the little bell. We're doing these videos just about every day. So we're going to keep coming at you with epic amounts of value and content.
Yeah.
In which case, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.